base, and it's amazing because he's going to go into Rav Nosson to connect so many beautiful inyanim of Keriat Shema, how it relates to Torah's Zayin Tinyana. Torah Zayin Tinyana has so many things in it. It's so long. The Torah itself, look at Likutey Zayin Tinyana. It's Vahi Miketz Kim Rachamam Yenahagim. Talks about the Rachmanis of the Manig Amiti. Has to have true Rachmanis. The Torah is so long, and there's so many inyanim in the Torah. And Rav Nosson is going to open up the door to the beauty of this halacha of Keriat Shema based on this Torah. So he starts sleep base. This is now the whole inyan where Keriat Shema, you're not yotze with thought, with machshava. Davka you have to say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad שצריכים לפרסם אמונתנו הקדושה בפה דייקה. The thing is to spread and make known the emunah of Hashem, the holy emunah, specifically b'daika with your mouth. Alidei amirat Keriat Shema pamayim b'chol yom, through saying the recitation of Shema twice every day. זה בחינת, what is this whole עניין? זה בחינת ואהבית תהילה בגושי עפר מקרוצי חומר וכו'. This is the same thing in line with what Rabbeinu says in this Torah, that the greatest thing for Hashem is when people from this low world praise Hashem. Hashem has malachim, srafim, olamot elyonim. Hashem has many angels in high existence that praise Him. But for Hashem, what's the greatest praise? Avita teila. Hashem, you want praise. Avita means ta'ev. Hashem wants tehila, praise. Migush afar, from people who are blocks of earth. Mikutze chomer, from pieces of physicality, corporeality. It's called chomer, chomeriyut. Hashem, we say that Hashem wants dafka from the lowest people, the lowest level of existence, from the far people, dafka from them Hashem wants to be praised. Vehi teilatecha. We say this in the piyutim of the Yamim Noraim of Yom Kippur. This, if you look in the Sfard Machzor and also the Ashkenaz Machzor, you have this piyut added in there. You Hashem, your greatness is that you want to be praised from people who are so far and physical. She'ikar explains, he's quoting now the lesson in Likutey Moharan. She'ikar ta'anuga v'sha'shu'av yitbarach k'she'yodim mimenu yitbarach b'zeh olam hashafar. The main delight, enjoyment, pleasure of Hashem, the Eibishter, k'she'yodim mimenu yitbarach b'zeh olam hashafar. When Bedavka specifically, he's known, made known, and people know him, Hashem yitbarach, from this low world. Again, so now we understand, based on this Hakdama, why you have to say Keriat Shema. It's not enough to think it, you have to say it. We want to make known Hashem, that Hashem is ruling the world in this world, because Hashem wants to be praised from the chomriyut, from the low people in the world. So if that's the case, we have to make known in the world that Hashem is here, in order for him to be praised. So that's why he's saying in the mitzvah Keriat Shema is to say it dafka. You can't just think it. Why is that so? What does it help? Because through speech, what do you do when you talk, when you're speaking? You call out and you make known the godliness of Hashem, even bifnei darei mata, even in front of, before those people who are very far. They're called darei mata. They dwell below. Darei, where they live, mata, down below. People who are very low, far from Hashem. Sheyedu, that they should know kunam ki Hashem hu Elokim. Because what are we saying? We're saying Shema Yisrael. I'm not talking to me. See, I'm saying Shema Yisrael. Listen, Yisrael. Who's Yisrael? Not just me, but I'm making a proclamation. But no one's listening to you. That's the thing. You're making it in the deep word, this proclamation, that these words should come out into this world. Shema Yisrael, that what? Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. That Hashem hu Elokeinu. What does that mean, Hashem Elokeinu? There's hope for you. There's a God who's there for you, who loves you, who listens to you, and it's worth living in order to serve Him and to praise Him, because He's going to come and help you when you need Him. He's there for you. And also, don't give up and don't think you can do what you want also and just do hefker chas v'shalom, because there's an Elokim. But whichever way you look at it, the idea of Shema Yisrael is to make the proclamation that they should hear. Because what are you saying? We don't say see Israel or listen, some other fact. We say Shema, listen. We're saying Shema, that the words should come out and enter into the ears of Israel. Even though my mitzvah said I should hear it, but the wording is Shema Yisrael, that it should be made known to the world. That's what he's saying. We have to spread this awareness davka through dibur. Hearing Shema is connected to dibur. You can only hear something that is being spoken, so that's why there's the mitzvah of dibur to say Keriat Shema. By the speech, you're calling out and making known Hashem's rulership. Even before the people who are very low, that they should know that Hashem is the Lord. Which means that He's there for you. What is dibur? Dibur is connected to what he mentioned earlier in the Hakdama. We went to it in the Hakdama. Before Sif Beis, Rav Nosson gave a quick summary of the whole Torah. And he says there that kol is the inyan of joining the Dari Mala and Dari Mata. Dibur, and he's saying speech is what does that. This is a chidush now. Rav Nosson is now explaining a part of the Likutey. He's going to be now explaining what it's mentioned in the Likutey.
I thought maybe that's what Shema, so that Shema can speak.
Right, and other people should hear.
Yeah, but even that time, so means the word clients of there, but when the screen that's the Indian, how people clients.
Right.
They're not the
But also the vibrations are in the world. It's doing something.
Yeah.
It's doing something. So he's saying, Kedibur hu bechinat kol k'hanizkar le'el. He's going to explain that. Let's see how he's going to explain it. Dibur corresponds to the concept of everything that we mentioned above. What's kol? In the lesson he says, Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. And the targum of these words it's in Vavarech David. Every morning in Shachrit we have a portion called Vavarech David, which is taken from the Navi, from the prophets, the book of Chronicles, Divrei Yamim. So the targum on the words, Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, in there David HaMelech is praising Hashem. Lecha Hashem, ha'gdula, va'gvura, va'tiferet, va'netzach, va'od, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. To you Hashem is greatness, strength, right? Gdula, gvura, tiferet, splendor, netzach. He goes through all this sfirot, the 10 sfirot. Then he goes, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, okay? Because everything is in heaven and earth. Ki chol, where is this in praise of Hashem? He's making a statement. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, because everything is in heaven and earth. So the Targum explains this is an act of Hashem, or praising Hashem. De'ached, but b'shmaya ve'ara. That is able, Hashem is able to unify, ached, b'shmaya, in heaven and earth. In other words, to make them together. In this lesson, Rabbi Nachman borrows this praise of Hashem and applies it that the tzaddik also needs to have this ability to be able to join those who are up in heaven and those who are down below. Meaning, a tzaddik has to know how to speak to people who are very high, to talk to them in a way to show them that they're still very far, and they shouldn't think that they're very close to Hashem. And the opposite, the people who are very far and very low, to speak to them and show them that Hashem is next to you, by you, and with you, and He cares for you. And that's the power of speech. It comes through dibur. Speech is how the tzaddik is able to do that. And this is also in line with what Rabbi Nachman says in another lesson number 11. See, Rabbi Nosson is borrowing from another Torah to help better understand what he wants to say on this lesson in the Likutey. Shadibur, it says in lesson 11, Shadibur nikra tziparta, deka'e ben shmaya le'ar'a. There, if you take a look at lesson 11 in the Likutey, he says that speech corresponds to the bird, tziparta, which is located between heaven and earth. Zebechina, this idea that speech, dibur, is like the idea of kol, that it's connecting heaven and earth. Those who are up in heaven, the Dari Mala, the people who are up there, and Dari Mata is the earth, people who are low. This is the same idea as that he's able to unify kichol b'shamayim uvaretz, to join everything in heaven and earth together. Because this word kikol, zebechinat tzadik kayadua. This corresponds to tzaddik. If you look in this sphere setup, Lecha Hashem HaGdula, VaGvura, VaTiferet, VaNetzach, VaHod, Kichol B'Shamayim U'Ba'aretz. Lecha Hashem HaMamlacha. David Melech is going through the 7 sfirot. So again, Lecha Hashem HaGdula is Chesed, Gdula is Chesed, Gvura is Gvura, Tiferet, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet. Then he says, Lecha Hashem HaGdula, Gvura, Tiferet, VaNetzach, VaHod. So you have Netzach, Hod. So the next is Yesod. Kichol B'Shamayim U'Ba'aretz is the sphere of Yesod. And that corresponds to what he's saying now, tzaddik. Kichol hanal ze b'chinat tzaddik kayadua. As is known, this corresponds to the concept of the tzaddik, which corresponds to the sphere of Yesod, foundation, which is the middle column, which is corresponding to the breath, right? The sexual purity, the purity of Kedusha. Kayadua v'chamura b'mamar mitzvah. And this is mentioned there in lesson number 11. V'ita b'zohar. And also, like Rav Nosson now, is what he's doing. He wants to throw in speech to lesson number 7. So he's now showing you how Dibur is the key of making the Dari Mala and Dari Mata together. And the tzaddik is able to bring down the people who are high, to bring them down by showing that they're still very far, and to bring up the people who are low, that they shouldn't give up, and Hashem is next to them. By doing that, he boosts them up. So what happens is he's bringing down the people who are high, and he's bringing up the people who are low, so now they're together. They're together now. How do you do that to tzaddik? Through dibur. The power of the dibur of the tzaddik is able to do that. That's why he's saying now, Rav Nosson is going to show some proofs that dibur has this characteristic. There, dibur, he borrowed now from Likutey more in lesson 11, that speech is not any speech. He's talking about a specific type of holy speech that's able to do this. And he's connecting it, don't forget, the whole idea is to connect it to the speech. Why the mitzvah is to say Keriat Shema. It's not enough to think it, you have to say the words. It has to come out of your lips. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. He's going to, that's his whole goal now, to show this idea. שהדיבור תקרא ציפרת דקבת שמי בערה זה בחינת כיכול בשמיים בארץ דאחד בשמי בערה. I went up a few lines. כיכול הנזכר לאל זה בחינת צדיק כידוע וחמורה במרנה. Fine. ואיתה בזוהר הקדוש, and it's brought down also in the Holy Zohar, ומובא בדברי רבינו ז"ל, and Rabbeinu himself brings the Zohar in the next lesson there, lesson 12 of the Likutey Moharan. Pe, the mouth, the Zohar says this, it Keriat misitra de tzadik. The mouth, in other words, holy speech which comes out of the mouth, corresponds to the side, it comes from the side of the tzaddik. Here we go. So based on all these proofs that Rav Nosson just brought, nimtza shadibur ubivchinat tzaddik, speech is connected to the tzaddik. And what's tzaddik? Kol. Like in Vayvarav, kichol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, according to the Kabbalah, corresponds to Yesod. And what's happening there? To unify heaven and earth, to bring down those who are high, to show that they're still far, and it's not that should keep on going, and to bring up those who are so far that if you just push them more further, if you tell them you express to them how far they are, they're going to give up chas shalom. So they need to be mitchazek and encouraged that there's hope for them, that Hashem is next to them in order to push them up. And this brings everyone together. This is the ichud. Where do you see tzaddik is malchut? Because of peh.
Yeah.
That's the chidush, huh? How could peh be tzaddik if we know from Patach Ligal? Right. So that shows that he's talking about a certain characteristic of the peh. Malchut peh Torah sheba'al peh karin Allah. It says in Patach Ligal. Malchut peh Torah sheba'al peh karin Allah. Malchut, Eliyahu Navi says there in the Tikkun Zohar, corresponds to the mouth, but then he goes on, Torah sheba'al peh karin Allah. We call it the oral Torah. Malchut is peh, in that when it corresponds to Torah sheba'al peh. What's Torah sheba'al peh? Where everything is mixed up. The tameh, the tahor, the mutar, the asur, the kasher, the six categories: permissible, forbidden, kosher, unkosher, pure, impure. Right? And there, the work of the Torah sheba'al peh is to sift out and to clarify. In that, malchut is the peh, because malchut, to reveal Hashem's malchut from the impure to reveal the pure, from the non-kosher to reveal the kosher. That peh is malchut. But here, he's talking about a specific type of speech unique to the tzaddik, and how his relationship is to two types of people. You have people who are up there, they need to be told that they're far from Hashem still, because if not, they're going to stop, they're going to crash. So to help them to go on, we tell them you're still very far. We bring them down in order to push them forward. That's the power of the tzaddik. So here there's no dibur of a birur, of clarification. Malchut is to reveal Hashem's malchut through clarification, through birur. That's why it's Torah Sheba'al Peh. But here is a second type of peh, the peh of the tzaddik that he says. Peh it Keriat b'sitra the tzaddik. The mouth is called from the side of the tzaddik, which is Yisod and not malchut. And he's trying to explain the Zohar's context. It's talking about the power of the tzaddik to how he talks to people. In that sense, the peh has a different faculty. And don't forget, malchut peh, right, malchut peh, there also it's peh. I wanted to say deep one peh, but it's peh. Also the Zohar, I think
malchut is connected to your soul. Malchut is the tzaddik. It's the malchut from the tzaddik, not malchut. Malchut is not good, but malchut is
connected.
It's connected to tzaddik, it's part of the tzaddik.
It's kosher.
The malchut is also, the whole thing of malchut is how we turn that that's what it is.
Right.
It's actually becomes the tzaddik.
It's because of Yisod and Tzaddik that Malchut is able to do the birur. It's able to do the birur of Torah Sheba'al Peh because it's connected. It's an extension of the Tzaddik.
It becomes part of the tzaddik. It's tzaddik.
Right.
The cold peh goes together. There's no count.
But still, it's a good question. Normally, Peh, the mouth is associated with Malchut, and here is going on Rav Nosson to a totally different ballgame that's associated with Tzaddik. So, like,
it goes together.
It goes together. But also, again, two types of speech. There's the speech of Torah Sheba'al Peh, birur, and there's the speech of the tzaddik to unify. It's the exact opposite. What is Torah Sheba'al Peh? To separate. This is permissible. This is forbidden. That's Malchut. Malchut to reveal the sovereignty from the impure to reveal the pure. And here, by Kol, is Dafka to join everyone together, to take the people who are high, to show them that they're still far, to bring them down, in order that they shouldn't give up, they should keep on going. And those who are very far, to lift them up with words of encouragement that you're not far from Hashem. What that does is da'achet bishmaya v'ara. It unifies. So that's exact opposite of the birur of malchut. The birur of malchut is this is forbidden. It remains forbidden, and when we brought out the pure. And here we talk about the dibur of the tzaddik to bring everyone together. So it's two different avodot. It looks like two different workings of the speech. Okay, so he makes his conclusion. Nimtza shadibru b'chinat tzaddik, shu b'chinat kol, based on all everything he said until now. Da'achet b'shmaya v'ara, that unifies heaven and earth. Shemeir b'dari mala, b'dari mata, that the dibur of the tzaddik, he's able to shine to Dari mala and to shine to those who are dwellers down below, as mentioned above. There's no b'chinat Keriat Shema b'peh, and it's the idea of Keriat Shema specifically through speech. You have to say the words, you have to verbalize the words of Keriat Shema כדי להאיר הדעת הזה של התגלות אלוקות יתברך בכל העולמות בדרי מעלה ודרי מטה כנזכר להם. דווקא Keriat Shema of speech in order to shine this da'at of the revelation of Likutey Barach in all the worlds, in other words, all levels of people, those who are above and those who are below. Again, those who are above, they have to be pushed down in order to realize Hashem's Elokuto, and those who are down, they pushed up to realize Hashem is Elokuto. But that's what he said. But the ikar, va'ikar la'ir b'dari mata. The main work, though, is to shine to those who are dwelling down below, those who are very far, to get them to wake up and come back to Hashem, and to show that Hashem is next to them. They shouldn't give up. Right? בכל העולמות, בדרי מעלה, בדרי מטה כנזכר להם. ויקרא לעיר בדרי מטה, שזה עיקר שעשועיו. Because this is Hashem's main delight, like we said in the beginning. Va'avita tehila, Hashem, you want to be praised from who? The people who are far. Mikushe afar, mikutse chomer. Dafka, the people who are far, they should praise Hashem. So that's the ikar la'ir b'dari mata, שזה עיקר שעשועיו. This is the main delight of Hashem. כי על ידי הדיבור מפרסמים ומגלים את אלוקותו יתברך בעולם הזה. Because again, through speech, we reveal and spread the Elokuto Yitbarach, the godliness of Hashem in this world, Hashafal, this very far world. Gamken, also, in other words, besides the upper worlds that for sure recognize Hashem, but even in this low, far world, we reveal Hashem also. Which is the main delight of Hashem, the main pleasure of Hashem is mentioned above. Here we go, he goes now further. Let's see now if he's going to explain something here. Dibur, speech, zebechinat, this is the concept of what it says in Tehillim, chapter 71, Psalm 71, Yimale pi tilatecha. My mouth should be filled with your praise, Hashem. That's what King David says there. Bechinat umil'u et haaretz. Unbelievable. The commandment of Puruvu. Hashem commanded Adam and Eve. Umil'u et haaretz. Fill the world. Hashem commanded man. Umil'u et haaretz. Fill the world. And Rav Nosson is saying this word, umil'u, fill the world, is connected to what he says in Tehillim. Yimalefi tilatecha. My mouth should be filled with praise. And Rav Nosson is connecting to show the main way to fill the world with fruitful multiply, which he says is with God, is through the speech. Yimalefi, because the word yimalefi, yimale and umilu. Bechinat melo chol haaretz kevodo, which is connected to the word male, fill. In this verse, melo chol haaretz kevodo, Hashem's glory fills the world, which is the revelation that Tzaddik reveals to those people who are far. Darimata, that melo chol haaretz kevodo davka, dahainu shemegalin Likutey barach ba'olam hazeh, that specifically reveal His godliness of Hashem in this world. Because then when you reveal that Hashem is the God in this world, so then the world is considered memula b'bnei Adam. The world is now filled with human beings. As Rabbeinu said in the Torah, he says in the lesson, the main avodah is to make the world filled with people of God. It doesn't help to have people who are behemoth in the shape of an Adam. That's not a person. That's a chaya. It's an animal in the shape of a human being. Who earns the title Ben Adam? Only someone who has da'at. What da'at? The da'at ki Hashem hu Elokim Elot. That Hashem is Elokim. That Hashem is ruling and running the world. That's what's called true da'at. So now Rav Nosson did this amazing job of connecting male, right? A few times. Mimale piti latecha, you say that's Rav Nosson's connection. The main way to do this is through speech. In other words, to fill the world. What he said in the lesson also, Milut Haaretz, is not just, it's a whole paragraph in Likutey in his Torah and Zion. The Rav Nosson explains Rabbeinu's Kavanah. Milut Haaretz is not just the physical mitzvah of Puruvu, but also we have a commandment to fill the world with Talmidim, with people of da'at, to talk. How do you do that? Through speech. So Rav Nosson's proof, Yimalet Piti Latecha, leads to Milut Haaretz. And Davka for who? To who is this directed to? Melo chol haaretz kevodo, which is for who? For the Darimata. With all this, I understand better now the meaning of Peh being tzaddik and also Peh being malchut. Peh being malchut is for the Darimata. Peh for the tzaddik himself is the Peh of the level of tzaddik. In other words, he's going to say coming up. There's what's called hasa in the lesson of the Likutey Moharan. He's going to say. In the lesson, there's what's called hasagat ben, hasagat talmid. There's the way that the ben perceives and the way that the talmid perceives. And afterwards, Rabbeinu says that the perception of a ben is like that of Moshe Rabbeinu, who had what's called he had a vision called aspaklaria meira. He saw Hashem, the nevuah, clear, like a clear window, aspaklaria meira, shining. And then another one like Yeshayahu was like a Talmid, had a vision in Nevuah which was Aspaklala She'ena Meir, wasn't shining. So now what's the Chidush? That Rabbeinu calls Moshe Rabbeinu Ben, and both Ben and Talmid receive from the Tzaddik who's also Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is the idea of the teacher, the Tzaddik, and he has a Ben and a Talmid. And then when he goes to explain the Ben, he brings Moshe Rabbeinu again. What's going on? Moshe Rabbeinu is both the Rebbe and also the Ben. So this is the answer to the question, that Peh at the level of tzaddik is the hara of the Peh of the tzaddik to the Darimala, to those who are up above. That they need to be shown that they're still far from Hashem. So that's Peh at the level of Yesod. Peh at the level of Malchut, which is the Berur, to sift out the people who are in the earth, in the earth, to get them out and to show them that Hashem is next to them. That's Peh, which is Malchut. Because you're revealing Melo chol haaretz kevodo is basically Malchut. To reveal that the Kol haaretz, that all the artziyut, all the physicality, and all the people who are Gashmi and far from Hashem, that even there is Melo chol haaretz kevodo, that the Kavod of Hashem is revealed even there. And that is associated with Malchut. Because the whole idea of Malchut is to reveal that Hashem is king. That Hashem Elokim is another wording for Malchut, for Melech, to reveal that Hashem is Melech. This is the peh of the tzaddik revealing itself at Malchut. So like you said, it's connected. But here it's beautiful how we do this. You see, I went slowly in this. You see step by step how Rav Nosson makes a building. Rav Nosson in Sif Bet, you see he took now Keriat Shema, which is here, Torah Zayin Likutey Moran, and then he starts making connections. And to do that, he had to borrow from two Torahs in Likutey Moran. He had to borrow from Torah Yud Aleph and Torah Yud Beis in order to connect Dibur to the Inyan of the Tzaddik. Dibur is not mentioned in Likutey Moran Torah Zayin. Rav Nosson is storing it in, because once he does that, he can explain why Keriat Shema is a mitzvah of Dibur. You have to say Keriat Shema. You can't think Keriat Shema. You have to say Davka, because he says this saying of Keriat Shema is basically what the Tzaddik is trying to do also. When every Jew says Keriat Shema, he's activating the ability of the Tzaddik also, what the Tzaddik does, of shining to the Dari Mala and Dari Mata. That's what Dibur does. So Dibur is standing between heaven and earth because it talks to Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. How's that for Dari Mala? I think coming up is going to explain it. The Dari Mala have to be shown that Hashem is also Elokim. What does that mean? The people who are up there, the Dari Mala, where everything is going great, they get up Chatzot, they daven every morning, they're in Kedusha, they're totally absorbed in the Torah, no Yeridas, everything is great, and Asagad. They have to be reminded that Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, which is what they're experiencing, is also Elokim, that they're still very far. That you're not close like you think. So that's Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. So to show the Dari Mala that Hashem Elokeinu, I'm sorry, you have to remember that there's also Elokeinu. And now for Dari Mata, it's the opposite. Shema Yisrael, listen, you Jews who are Dari Mata or far, Hashem Elokeinu, you only see Elokim, Din, suffering, setbacks, difficulties, miniyas, obstacles, Chalishut Adat, all types of sad things and everything. You're Dari Mata, Taivis and everything that's bothering you. And Hashem is Elokim also, Yud Kei Vav Kei, the Rahmanut, the goodness of Hashem, He's next to you, Hashem, He's by you, He's next to you, He loves you. So it's and then we say Hashem Echad. We join. The Echad is for the Dari Mala. There's so much in Keriat Shema as it relates to Torah Zayin. Rav Nosson just started. He just started.
How do you say that they see the position of Dari Mata?
Dari Mata, Hashem Elokeinu. That Elokeinu, which you're going to, Dari Mata, they're only going to Elokim. The Elokim is distance, is Din. That means you're far. You don't feel the love of Hashem. You don't feel the compassion. You don't feel the closeness of Hashem. So the avodah of the tzaddik is to show Dari Mata that Yud Kei Vav Kei. That where you're going through, Hashem is there also. Hashem is next to you. Hashem is Ahava. The Rahmanut is there. Just keep on going. Hashem is next to you. He loves you. Because when the person is down, he feels Hashem is far from me. Hashem doesn't want me. Hashem doesn't listen to my davening. Forget it. So no, Meloch Ha'aretz Kevodo, that the glory of Hashem, the Kavod. What is Kavod, by the way? Kavod and the Kabbalah is Keter. It's above everything else. It's Ekeh, the only Ekeh. It's above Yud Kei Vav Kei. Ekeh is the name that's associated with Yud Kei Vav Kei. With Keter. Yud Kei Vav Kei is under that. It's amazing. Yud Kei Vav Kei, I think, is Chochmah. And if you look at the Sfirot, each name of each Sfirah has another name of Hashem, which is like the Shakai, Adni, Elokim, Kel, right? Each Sfira has a different name. I think Yud Kei Vav Kei, if I remember, I think it's Chochmah. I don't remember. Also letter, but also each name. Ekeh is connected to Kavod and Keter. So you see, Meloch Ha'aretz Kevodo, even above. Ekeh joins everything, by the way. Ekeh is a name which joins Hashem and Elokim, everything. All the 10 Sfirot come out. All the 10 names of Hashem come out from the Keter, from above, up. Ekeh means he's about Ana Zamin Lenevi, Torah Vav. That Hashem is about to reveal Himself. He's about to come out. So this is Meloch Haaretz Kevodo, to show the Dari Mata that Hashem is there and much more. Hashem is there to give all this chesed and goodness and everything. That's also in Shema. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem is also Elokeinu. And for the Dari Mala, and your Hashem that you're going to is Elokeinu. It's not just Hashem, it's also Elokeinu. And order to make them feel that they're far still, in order to keep on going. But Darimat, the opposite. To get them to go on and not to give up, they have to be shown that Hashem is Elokeinu, that they know, that they're experiencing in life. Unbelievable.
I thought that Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Darimat says Hashem is Elokeinu,
Elokeinu.
and the Darimat is Hashem is Echad, Echad is Hashem, is
Right. But he said Ached is for both. But he said afterwards it's more for the Darimata, because he said the Ikar is La'ir b'Darimata. Which thing is great. It's tipping, it's more tipping. Hashem Echad is tipping more for the Darimata.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not supposed to say that both are in Hashem and Hashem Elokeinu.
But ultimately it's Yud Kevavke.
Echad is Yud Kevavke and Elokeinu, but we everything together. Yeah.
Right. Hashem Echad is Ached. That's amazing. That's Ached.
Yeah, that's what the Nosson says. I thought why the Nosson say like it's not like how I said, because it's through Hashem, through Yud Kevavke, and to Elokeinu here, you gather that Hashem is. You're not running away from the reality. Even in my reality, in the Elokim, Hashem is there. And Elokim is also a name of Hashem, yeah? Right. I'm not saying that everything is so. But even in the Elokim, that's Hashem, that's what the Nosson who died. Both are included.
They're also, like you're saying, the Ached Nishmai Ba'ara is in the word Echad. Beautiful. There's a lot. You see, they go into it. And it's also Rabbi Nosson to explain why there's an Indian. When you do say Shema, you should point to the four directions of the world. Echad, the Dalet is big. You should have in mind that Hashem is God in the right, the left, above, and below, and then you go inside like this. And that's coming up in the Torah. To take the Makifim. Go on to that when we get to